Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm excited to show you something a little bit different. I've been inspired by like kind of New York-y, like townhouses, like Brooklyn kind of vibe. So I'm going to be building 3 community lots like on one lot. So it's a bookstore, a bar and a laundromat. So yeah, I've always loved the idea of like multifunctional spaces in the Sims, but it's not really like possible unless you like pretend. So that's what we're going to do with this build. We're just going to pretend. We're going for like a kind of classic townhousey aesthetic, but each one is like totally different. And I've left the upstairs on all the builds empty, and I've just furnished like the ground floor and the first floor in the bookstore, just because I didn't if I'm being honest, I didn't want to furnish like 3 different apartments as well, just because this build took me pretty much like 8 to 10 hours in total to build. So it took me quite a long time just because of all the detailing. So I left it blank, but it is quite nice if you wanted to move Sims in, you can decorate it yourself, or if you downloaded the lot, if you wanted to finish it off and decorate your own apartments, that is totally something I'd be fine with. You can do that, and that might be quite fun anyway. So back to the build. They're all designed to like fit together and look good together, but each one is a bit different, like a different shape or brick. I had a really hard time actually choosing the brick, but I think I ended up using one base game brick and then a CC brick from PRSM, which I think was the Domaine de Clos. I think I'm saying that totally wrong, but yeah. I did end up using a bit of custom content in this build, just to like really nail the like vibe, like New York-y vibe I was going for, especially with the decor in like the bookstore. All of the books are custom content, just because I don't have a pack with books and I didn't want to use the base game ones because they're very, very repetitive. Even though I use the same CC book over and over, there's just way more color options. Even with the update on their like color swatches, I don't think they actually updated that many color swatches. Like, I don't see that much difference in the actual game. As always though, if you want to find out what any of the CC I use in this build is, it will be linked in the description down below. And if something pops up while I'm doing voiceover, I'll just say what it is. But as always, if you want to know what anything is, just leave a comment down below and I can probably let you know like 99% of the time. I just wanted to let you know also in the description will be a link to my Patreon. It's free to be a member, you just have to join. And there's an option to support me as well on there, but obviously you do not have to. Like, don't feel any pressure to. You can be a free member, and basically that allows you access to download my builds, like the actual tray files, so you can put them straight in your game basically. If not, you can find me on the gallery under SimiBuilds, so the same as my YouTube channel. I just try and keep it all the same name just to make it easier for everyone to access. So just a little update as well. I'm heading back to uni for the semester, or the term in England, so videos might be coming out a little slower the next couple of months. I'm just trying to balance everything, but I'll still be uploading whenever I can, obviously. But it's been a pretty hectic week already, so I'm getting super excited to dive back into like my degree and stuff, but it's really hard trying to find the balance between the Sims and like actually trying to crack down on the academics. But it'll be fine, we'll get there, just bear with me a bit and it should be fine. So the lot I'm building on today is the one in San Myshuno in the Spice District. It used to be the karaoke club. I can't remember the name of the lot originally, but it will be in the top left hand corner of the video. So that's in every video, by the way. If you're ever wondering what lot I'm building on, I always keep the original name of the lot. Changing it causes all sorts of issues when you're trying to place it in your game if you've downloaded it, so I just keep it the same. I thought this build actually fit a bit better than the original one that was here, just because of the apartments that are right next to it. They're like the Brooklyn brownstone style, so this sort of style of build makes way more sense than the I think it was like a warehouse that was here before, like a converted kind of warehouse, which yeah, I guess makes sense, like you'll buy the dock, but I just think this looks really cute, like with the water behind it as well. And I've put like a parking lot, which I imagine like Sims come and park in, or like you have like a permit. And I've used lots of items from live edit objects and debug to add in like detailing like the parking monitor thingies and like the bar that goes down when you're trying to exit a parking lot. There's just like little things all over the place, like mailboxes, newspaper stands, that kind of thing. So yeah, lots of little details, but they make all the difference when you're playing. They make it feel more realistic, which is something I love. I'm really happy with how this build turned out. They've all got their unique vibe, but they come together like to create the like perfect feeling of like a kind of Brooklyn townhouse, at least what I hope it feels like. I don't know, I haven't been to New York, so I don't really have much to go on, but this is just from pictures I've seen on like Pinterest. A lot of my inspiration comes from Pinterest as well. Like I saw an image of a laundromat on Pinterest, and that's what kind of inspired me to go for the like run down kind of vibe with like the exposed brick and the pipes. So yeah, I haven't really been up to much this week. I've just been preparing for uni and like juggling some personal stuff, so I've just been trying to get as much building done as possible before things get really busy again. It's definitely been a bit of a challenge balancing it all, but I'm hoping to keep uploading regularly. There just might be a few gaps here and there while I get back into my uni routine, but honestly my course isn't that busy, so like I will still be able to keep up with it. Just have a little patience if there isn't a video next week. I hope there will be though, because we're starting to get into the like Halloweeny builds now, so I'm getting quite excited. And I can't wait for winter as well. I want to go and build a log cabin so bad. If there's anything you guys want me to build as well, leave a comment down below, because if you have like Sims that you need a house for, that's something I'd be really interested in doing. So yeah, just let me know. But I've got so many ideas for builds, so I'm not short on any. So so starting with the bookstore, I really wanted this to feel like a cozy little independent, like the ones that are like tucked away in little spots that you'd find in like a quiet New York neighborhood. So that's kind of vibe I went for, a little bit more suburban than city, or like not suburban but like not like city central kind of vibe. Just like a little independent bookshop. So I cut out most of me placing the books just because, like guys, it was so many books. It probably took me about 20 minutes in real life to place each of them, because they kept clipping and like glitching with each other, so it looked really bad. So I had to then go back and move them all in a way that they wouldn't clip, which just took forever. So for your sanity, I've cut most of it out, but you get the general idea. Like, it's bookshelves, the shelves are full of books. But yeah, there's a chessboard in here as well, so your Sims can actually come here to work on skills and such. It's got kind of like an industrial but like almost gothic vibe to it. Like, I've kept the exposed brick, and it's kind of like moody and like dark in here. Like, there's a little like sofa area where I imagine your Sims could like read a book, curl up, maybe bring in a coffee, or like work on a laptop, that kind of thing. So it could be like a cafe and like book spot, but I've just kept it as a bookstore at the moment. I tried to keep the design for the build like pretty compact, since it is part of like a small group of townhouses. It is small, but I don't think it feels that cramped. Like, it's quite cozy and cute. I've tried to add lots of like clutter around the place as well to make it feel more lived in. But that isn't really possible without like live edit or debug. So especially downstairs in the bookstore, where the like counter kind of thing is, where you'd like buy the book, I used the displays that are in the debug menu. So I think they just look like cool, and like it's all the books that your Sims read in the game, so it looks really realistic as well, like the way they're like stacked up and there's like a book at the front like leaning forward. But yeah, there's lots of little clutter around, like dog treats. I wanted it to feel dog friendly, like you'd bring your dog in here, or like they didn't care about that kind of thing. I've been seeing a lot of people diving into more like community lot kind of builds, so I thought after I built the cafe the other week, it would be really cool to build like another multi-functional lot, which I've seen a lot of Simmers do, so it's really cool to see the creativity of like how you can make these places functional but also like fit the kind of neighborhood they're in. So I hope this build inspires some of you as well, just to build something different. Like you don't have to build the same house over and over. So yeah, I added like a mezzanine level, so basically cut out the floor on the first floor or second floor, not the ground floor, basically the one up. I cut the floor out and added a railing, so I could have like a second story of books. I couldn't fit a staircase in, so I used a ladder instead, but I think it gives the same sort of vibe. And upstairs is like going to be comfy couches and like almost like a children's reading book area, but I didn't want it to be too cluttered, so I left it kind of not blank, not empty, but just like simpler, less cluttered, that kind of thing. Also, I feared for like children's lives falling down the ladder, so I'm not quite sure about that one, but it is The Sims, it's not real, even though we try and make it realistic. Let's just hope the children don't fall. Also, I know my mic hasn't been working the last couple of weeks. It's really unfortunate, but it's still not completely set up. My birthday is coming up though, so I'm hoping that I can sort it by then, or maybe get something for my birthday that will help. But yeah, it's just like taking a while, just because we moved and these things just don't get sorted as quick as you want them to, and it's annoying, but at the end of the day, I'm still getting videos out there, I'm still able to talk you guys through a build, so it doesn't really bother me too much. It's just more of like an inconvenience, if anything. But I'm trying my best, so again, just have a bit of patience. I know I'm asking for a lot of patience, but everything is just kind of really busy right now with like uni and moving, so obviously this is still one of my top priorities. Like I can't take a break from The Sims for too long. Like other things are a priority, of course, but I always end up coming back and building The Sims just because it is like my escape. So next up, I'm working on the bar. I actually recorded this and the laundromat originally just after I did the bookstore, because I took a little break, because at that point I'd been building for about 5 hours, so I took a little break, and then when I came back I was not actually recording, so basically I finished the whole lot, and I wasn't recording any of it, so I was really mad about that, but I just went back, I just redid it all again, because I hate just like if I were to just show you what I did when like I could show you what I did. I wouldn't like to give just like a little tour at the end. I'd rather like show my process of like choosing furniture items and like how I place things, etc. So basically I just went back and I redid everything, exactly the same. Like I remembered exactly where I put everything, but it still took a lot of time. Anyway, I wanted this bar to feel pretty like laid back, but also kind of like it was old, almost like an English pub kind of vibe, but that it had been like overtaken and it was like almost renovated recently. Like they're trying to make it feel more modern, so like there's couches in there and like mood lighting kind of vibe. Like I wanted it to feel like a little industrial kind of bar in New York, so I've left like exposed wood on the floor, and there's also a I don't know what we call it, like a It's like a patterned wood flooring I've done as the ceiling. So if you look up in the like free camera mode, it's like really detailed, which is like really cool if you look up, but you don't really see that most of the time, but it's a cool little detail if you do see it. I kept the colour scheme in the whole like lot pretty warm, like lots of dark wood, cozy lighting. I would just wanted it to feel inviting more than anything. Like I love the idea of like Sims like hanging out here. Also the whole lot is dog friendly, so if you're into that, you know, your Sim can bring their dog to the bar, or the bookshop makes the most sense to bring your dog to. But and then finally I'm working on the laundromat. I did also add toilets into the bar. I'll quickly add, they were just lost in the recording that I lost. So that footage is gone forever, and I did not want to do the bathrooms again just because it was very monotonous. It's literally placing the same toilet like 6 times, so I didn't think the footage was that important. But if you do want to see them in more detail, there's screenshots at the end of the video of the whole build, so if you wanted to see it, it's at the end. And there's also a toilet, a bathroom in the laundromat, which I imagined was like quite run down, but it's something I don't often see in builds as like a laundromat, or like a laundrette, but I feel like it's such a staple of like city life, like especially in New York. I imagine like it's quite a functional space, like it's nothing fancy, but I used like warm colours to make it feel like cozy, but also there's some pops of colours, so it's a bit fun. Like there's some red chairs I imagine you'd sit on if you were waiting for your laundry, and there's also some magazines, so you could always read something while you wait for your laundry. I was going to add in a vending machine. I completely forgot to do that, but that's always something you could add in, but it's also not extremely necessary. Like it's not exactly a functioning lot. I suppose it is actually. If you had the apartments above, this would be really handy to have down below, because you could come down and do your laundry, and there's lots of machines. So I used a lot of Pierre Sim's tidying up CC pack, which is really handy for a build like this. There's just lots of little details, like an ironing board and then an iron, and the like drying rack thingies. It just makes it look a lot more realistic, like people are actually using the lot. I just wanted it to feel a bit messy, a bit cluttered, but like I felt like it would be family run, possibly by a younger couple or something, because there's like skateboards on the wall. Honestly, like laundromats can feel a bit dull, so I just wanted to keep it like feeling inviting and welcoming, and I didn't want your Sims to be dreading coming in here, but it is still like a little bit run down, but I think that kind of adds to the character of it. I was just imagining the whole lot had like people hanging out, and like it was just busy, especially at night with the bar. I think it would be a really cool spot to hang out. I didn't add like a music area, but you probably could. I just wasn't sure where because of the way I like split the build up. There is also technically a rooftop patio. It's quite small and you can't access it in the build, but if you did add apartments in, you could add like a ladder or a staircase going up to the roof, which would be really cool for your Sims. So anyway guys, I think that's about all we have time for today, so if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Sitting in the basement apartment I rented